of Loki season 2 episode 5. Guys, holy shit, we definitely gotta talk about this episode. I am so geeking out right now. I'm geeking out. What a freaking phenomenal episode, guys. This is the spoiler discussion. So, mind you, spoilers. So, if you have not watched episode 5 of Loki, please do so. Phenomenal episode. Round of applause to the writers of this damn show and the director of the show, because holy shit, this episode was phenomenal. I was right. There was like I got a lot of theories right. And Jerry, I want to give a quick shout out to you. Even I don't know if you're in here yet, but shout out to you, man, because you were right about Loki controlling the time slipping. Loki ended up controlling the time slipping in this episode, and what a way to kind of end out the episode. And I was right when I told you guys that Loki was gonna go to each time slip into each point of everybody's life in the sacred timeline. We saw B15's life as a doctor. I called it. We saw the scene with Mobius on the sacred timeline where he was selling jet skis. I called that. We saw Casey in his life, and apparently he broke out. He was trying to break out of Alcatraz. He was in Alcatraz, from what I assumed, stealing and a whole bunch of other bad shit. But I was correct. And then Obi sold books. He sold science fiction. He sold science fiction novels. Like, he wrote his own book, his own science fiction novel, and no one bought his book. He was not a best-selling author. No one bought his book, but he had his own little lab. Loki found him, and thank God, because Loki had that TVA guidebook to really so Obi could build the temp pad that they would need eventually to have the coordinates to get back to the TVA. I absolutely love this episode. And obviously, I want to give a quick shout out to me also, because I was spot on with my pre-show thumbnail, or pre-show layout, and also my after party layout, because these are two scenes that are in this episode. So shout out to me, because I was spot on with not only my theories, but I was spot on what pictures to use. So I'm very, very proud of myself. I've been doing pretty damn good with how spot on I've been with my picture, with my long shot picture ideas of what I hope would be in these episodes. I've done a pretty damn good job, so I'm very, very happy about that. But what the best part about this episode has to be when Loki says, "I know who," he says "I know who," and then he says, "I can write the story." And he goes into the moment where Victor Timely walks down to go out to use that device to fix the temporal loom, before it literally goes critical. So I love how Loki literally has the power now to write not only past, present, and future. He can do that. He can rewrite anything he wants to rewrite now. He could. He can go. He literally is a human temp pad. That's the best way to put it. And I love it. I love it. I can't. I still am a little confused on how Loki is why Loki got these abilities. I don't really know why yet, but I'm just super, super thrilled right now. Jamigi, how's it going, bro? What did you think of the episode? What did you think about that ending? I'm geeking out. I probably replayed that end sequence twice. I watched it, flipped out. I rewatched it again, and I cannot. What a baller thing to end out the episode when Loki's like, I can write the story. I love when he says, "I know who." I can rewrite the story. I was like, oh my god. I was like, that's so badass. And he time slips back to the moment before the TVA goes critical. I cannot believe that. What a baller way to end out the episode. It was a drop the mic, quite honestly. Geek, how's it going? It's nice to see you. Yo, sorry I missed the pre-show. No, you're good, man. Nice to see you in here. This episode was crazy. It was crazy, bro. Oh my god. These are probably my two favorite episodes of the season so far. Honestly, it's like they keep getting better and better and better. And this really followed through, keeping that adrenaline of, oh my god, what happened at the end of episode 4, and in the cliffhanger of that episode to this episode. The momentum kept up. It didn't feel like it was a lot of filler. It was a phenomenal episode. This episode was okay. Jimiggy, I cannot believe you're saying that. This episode was just okay. That's crazy to me. I loved this episode, but hey, everybody's got their own opinion. But I loved this episode. It's definitely my second favorite on my list of the episodes. I don't really. I would say it's definitely episode 4, then this episode, then I would say episode 1, then I would probably say episode 3, or probably I would say 4, then 3. That's probably how I would rank them, on the top of my head. But yeah, what a freaking phenomenal! It just keeps getting better and better. Jerry, you said I gotta rewatch an episode of WandaVision. I think part of that scene from B15 was the doctor is from the episode that had Monica Rambeau as a child in WandaVision. That's definitely interesting. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, but I am. Oh, do you mean like the kid was young Monica? Let me know. Maybe that's what you're trying to say. I don't remember seeing a young Monica in WandaVision, but if that's what you're trying to say, maybe. Um, Geeky said, "Yo, Jerry, I thought that scene looked familiar." Um, yeah, I'm not quite sure what scene you guys are talking about. I gotta rewatch the episode of WandaVision. I think the scene from B15 as the Doctor is from an episode that had Monica Rambeau as a child in WandaVision. I'm not quite sure what you guys are talking about. My personal favorite was episode 3, followed by this one. This episode was crazy. I think I'm gonna say it now. That oh god, Loki is the best. I would say probably I'm gonna say it right now. The best superhero show on television. I'm saying it now. I don't give a shit. I know we have some great other shows like Gen V, The Boys, all that, but I'm saying it right now. Loki just it defeats all. I'm saying it. I love all these other shows, but damn, like I don't get any feeling that I do when I watch Loki. And it also goes to the theme of the show. That the different renditions of that Loki theme is the gives me chills, gets me hyped, gives me goosebumps. I can't even fathom. These just this episode was freaking phenomenal. It really was. And just seeing going back to like what Mobius was saying in episode, I think it was episode 3, I want to say, maybe, right? Yeah, episode was it episode 3? It was the pie episode. I think it was episode 3. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was episode 3 when he told Loki, what if it's something good? I don't know if I'll be able to take that of finding out what his life was on the timeline, on the sacred timeline. What if it was something good? And you know what I mean, like that I can't handle. And it's just like it is true because now that he had his life and he didn't remember what his life was like at the TVA, he couldn't handle the fact of him like not saying goodbye to his kids or holding his kids when he was strawing out. And I kid you not, I gasped when when Casey strawed out. I gasped when Obi strawed out. When B15 strawed out. When Mobius strawed out. Even when Sylvie strawed out and turned to silly string, I was like, oh my god, this branch is literally falling apart. It's literally just licoricing away. It's like pull and peel. That's the best way to describe when the timelines get like destroyed or get these branches get destroyed. They're literally licoricing out. They're like literally turning into pull and peel. And seeing that happen to our characters and Loki's trying to grab them, like, oh no, like this can't be happening again, made me really sad. And even like Sylvie kind of pissed me off in this episode. I can't lie, but I'll talk about it in a minute. My person, Geeky said easily best MCU show in my opinion, 100%. Unlike the other Disney Plus Marvel stuff, this feels like an actual show instead of a movie broken up. I totally agree. It definitely feels like a show, not a movie broken up into pieces. I totally agree. Geeky said, not gonna lie, my heart broke when Loki said he didn't want to be alone. Yeah, it did. Yeah, that whole sequence, it not only made me angry because it's not the only reason. So we tried to make it sound like, oh, it's because you just don't want to be alone. It's no, he still wants to protect the branches. He wants to protect reality. He wants to protect his friends. It's all of the above. And the fact that Sylvie trying to make it sound like, oh, I want to be selfish for this, and you know what I mean, you just want them to you just want them to have their memories back so that way they could still be your friend. It's like that's not why he's doing what he's doing. Is that's a part of it, but that's not the main reason why. That frustrated me. I'm like, Sylvie, you're being selfish, and you're trying to make it sound like Loki's being selfish. It's all of the above for him. He wants to save the branches. He wants to save his friends. He wants to not be alone. He wants to have his friends. it's all the above. And I was like, Sylvie, I was like, she pissed me off a little bit. I was like, stop trying to make him sound like he's being selfish. You're being selfish. I understand you didn't have a life before, but you're not going to have a life now because I don't know if you know this. I can't believe Sylvie did not know this. Her food licoricing away. Like it literally was like literally just like strawing away her food. She didn't know this. I was like, how do you not notice that? How are you not questioning where did my food go? And also when we popped up to Sylvie and we saw that kind of, slithering happening with her food like strawing away, I knew instantly. I'm like, she's wearing the same outfit, one. So clearly she must have her memories back. And I knew right when he said this is gonna sound weird or this is gonna sound insane. I'm like, she has her memories back. Just by you saying that, I really think she has her memories back, and it makes it 10 times more worse that she did not go to look for Loki or try to go look for everybody to stop that from happening when she knew and Loki told her how bad it would be if they could not save the TVA. That just pissed me off a little bit. But you said not gonna lie, yeah, my heart broken. Yeah, when Loki said he didn't want to be alone. Loki is probably the best developed MCU character. I agree, geek, 100%. I agree, man. I think Loki, along with Cap, have the best character developments of all time, and character growth. It really is there. I'm a stand by that. Those two characters have the best, especially Loki is insane. They're definitely the biggest takeaways for me on character development and best character storylines. I think they both have probably the best. Um, Geek, you said Loki was literally thinking about everyone. His desires came last. Sylvie was only thinking of herself. Exactly. The fact that she tried to make Bro sound selfish, I was like, get the hell out of here. I was like, how dare you? And you didn't even look for him. So much of a friend you are, or even if you even cared about him, he didn't look for him. He looked for you. I was just like, nah, man. I was like, that shit pissed me off a little bit. So, and again, it's cool she wants to be selfish because she wants to have a life, but not in this scenario where you can't have a life if the branches are strawing away. You know what I mean? They're just literally turning into confetti. You know what I mean? It's just like you can't. It's like that selfish reason doesn't apply when it's like it just doesn't work. You need to follow Loki. He knows what he's doing. So it's like I don't know, man. Like I am very excited to see where this is going to go, especially him rewriting that scenario. And I think I'm gonna be honest, the MCU made Loki OP as F now. If Bro could rewrite past, past, present, and future, if he can do that, even after the series is over, oh man, there's gonna be crazy shit he could do. He could easily be up there to fight against Kang if he has that ability because he has time on his side, just how Kang has time on his side. Loki has time on his side now, so this works out brilliantly. I'm excited to see what they do with that. If he stays with that ability going forward into Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, like I'm super excited. And honest to God, I don't know if anybody noticed, but are paying attention to Twitter or paying attention to what I've been posting on Twitter, but it got debunked. It got debunked with Marvel looking into going, pivoting to Doctor Doom, with all the Jonathan Major shit going on. That was a lie. Variety lied. That was actually debunked. So, it's one of those things where don't believe everything out there that you hear, even if it's from Variety, because a lot of the news that Variety posted in that big article of is Marvel in trouble, a lot of that news we knew. With just some slight little sprinkles of new details, but like a lot of people are like making it sound like it was brand new news or like the way I see it is that Variety is just willing to do anything and everything like to make a news article because they're fiends. At the end of the day, they're willing to try to do anything to get clicks, it's like clickbait. That's the way I see it, and a lot of the stuff that they've been saying has been getting debunked. So don't believe everything out there. I'm not stressing, and yeah, literally that's why I waited to post anything because I kind of figured that wasn't true. I was like, I don't think that this is true that they're thinking about making. That's a huge pivot, by the way, when the whole phase of Phase 5 is surrounding Kang. And worst case scenario, if it doesn't go the way of Jonathan Majors whenever the court case rolls out, um, like I said, if he's guilty and he did what he did to that, if he actually did what he did to that woman, he needs to be accountable, held accountable for his actions. But if it is, ends up not being true or whatever, then I'm happy about that, and he still gets to be Kang. But regardless, is that if that was true about Marvel pivoting to Doom, they shouldn't have done that. It's a terrible pivot and a huge pivot. And like I said, it's Kang is crucial to this phase. I think that what they should do is just recast. There's variants. You can recast and everything is fine. It's an easy solution. Even if people out there are making it sound like it's not an easy solution, if it doesn't go the way of Jonathan Majors, it is a easy solution. You could just recast. There's variants. So it's one of those things where it's like, don't believe everything that you hear on the internet because a lot of it isn't true. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that a lot of people are debunking Variety because I sometimes they piss me off, and sometimes and a lot of the time they don't. A lot of their shit isn't very factual. So yeah. So honestly though, like I loved this episode, and I'm wondering what's gonna happen in the finale because there's a lot that could happen in the finale. I really hope that next week's finale is at least 50 minutes long or 50 somewhere in the 50s. I hope it's definitely like a heftier episode for the finale. Even if it isn't, I think they'll be able to pull it through. I'm just very very happy with what they are doing with this series so far. It has not disappointed me yet. Geek, you said it would literally be so easy to recast Kang. Exactly. We don't even have the main timeline Kang, so it would be easy. Exactly. But there's a lot of people out there that are like, "Oh, Marvel's in shambles. Oh, Marvel's screwed." It's like, no, Marvel set up everything brilliantly because if Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness taught us anything, variants look different. They're not the same person. It just so happened that every variant of Kang happened to be Jonathan Majors, but we haven't even gotten to the main Kang yet. See what I'm saying? It's like it's an easy fix. Things can be easily fixed with what's going on with Marvel right now. The script with Blade looks like it's getting easily fixed right now with having one of the Wolverine writers directing Blade. Well, or the Logan, or the I meant for the Logan movie with the Logan writer directing Blade. I like that idea. You know what I mean? It's a good idea because the Logan writer for Logan did an amazing job. It was gruesome. It was gory. Had a great story. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? So it's Marvel is going through a lot of bumps, but it's not in trouble. And also, we can't. There's also things that Marvel has no control over, aka Hollywood studios being, greedy and making the actor strike happen, and also making the writer strike happen. That was not Marvel's fault. A lot of other studios, or a lot of other, projects are being on hold as of right now. But of course, the writer strike is over now. But the actor strike is still going on, even though I've been hearing that they're close to an agreement with the studios. But I don't even know. I feel like every time we hear that, it just keeps getting pushed back more and more. So I don't even know what's going on with all that. But it's people are acting like it's like Marvel's fault that a lot of this shit is happening. It's like no, shit's going south for a lot of studios, movies, everything. It's just not good in the Hollywood industry right now. It's just not good overall. So yeah, we gotta chill out with that. But again, these are the same people that were reporting on this about Marvel's in shambles, Marvel's trash, blah 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 blah. These are the same people that hate on Marvel, and it's like I don't hear it. It's just background noise to me. It's not even worth reporting all the bullshit because I just know it's haters at the end of the day. So I just do me, literally. You know what I mean? Jerry said Marvel's got backup plan exactly. For their backup plans in Marvel we trust. Thank you, Jerry. Exactly. Geek, sorry. Flipping out. Sorry. Tripping is probably a better word to use. Sorry. Tripping is probably a better word to use. What do you mean? Tripping? For what? Is it something that you said or is it something that I said? Geek, I'm really curious. For tripping? Falling down. Oh, exactly. Marvel is falling down just like every other studio. Oh, okay, that's what you meant. I totally missed your comment, bro. Okay. Yeah, tripping is probably a better word to use. Yeah, I mean, I got what you meant, but yeah, you know what I mean. Everybody's having their little bumps here and there. It's not the end of the world. Things will get resolved. You know what I mean? We just gotta trust. Sorry, I think you missed the first. Yeah, I did. But I got you, bro. I got you, geek. I know what you meant. Before Jerry's, yeah. But I'm so happy right now. Loki has. I don't want to hear anybody saying that Loki this season hasn't delivered. It delivered big time. And these aren't even. you guys have to also understand this too. These aren't even the same writers and directors of the first season. Just think about that for a minute. But they have executed what a lot of directors have a hard time and writers have a hard time doing, picking up a show that had different writers and directors. They've executed brilliantly. And the best part about this is apparently I heard the I think it's the director of Loki or the writer of Loki. I can't quite remember, but I know I think it's the director of Loki, but the writers of Punisher are doing Daredevil Born Again. That's a win. That is a win. If I said it right, the directors of Loki and the writers of Punisher. I think I said that, or maybe it's flipped. But that's a win. That's a win in my book. That's a huge win. So I'm not tripping. I'm sitting back. I'm excited to watch the Marvels next week. I'm going to be going next Thursday. I'm going to I think a 2 o'clock or a 3 o'clock showing. I'm excited for the Marvels. I don't think it looks terrible as people say. And again, I don't listen to people like that. You know what I mean? The people that are saying this just want to tear down everything because they got nothing else better to do and they just want to spread hate. Why do people do that? If you don't like it, don't make 20 million villains 20 million videos on hating on a project if you don't like it. If you don't like it, that's fine, move on. I hate when people do that because there are literally YouTubers out here that have nothing but hate videos about Marvel, and it's funny to me. It's like you literally have nothing else better to do, and you just want to hate. I why would you want to live your life like that? I don't understand it. Or waste your time with that. And yet again, it's clicks. That's the best way to put it. They just want clicks. You know what I mean? It's sad. But I'm glad that we have a great community here that is about spreading love, positivity, motivation. We're motivating Marvel. We're spreading love about Marvel. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? The Marvels looks way better than the first one. Exactly. I think it looks incredible. I think it looks great. I don't think the CGI looks spotty. I don't think like you know what I mean. It's like yeah, it's short, but if the director, I think her name is Nia DaCosta. I'm sorry if I'm butchering her name. The director of the movie, if she wanted it to be that long, that's her story. I'm not gonna judge it until I watch it. You know what I mean? That's how it always should be. Well, actually, let's say with Marvel, with DC, that's a whole nother story. They've let me down so many times. I get the authority to judge it before watching it. So, um, I'm not a huge fan of the first one because of its writing, but this new one looks so incredible. Exactly, it looks good. I really don't get what people's hate is. Besides, I feel like besides that, the kind of the I can't think of the word for it, but a lot of people that don't like women led films, I feel like that is the only the only thing that people are taking away of this. That's why they're hating on the movie. And like CGI looks good, the story looks compelling, or if that's the right word, or appealing. I think it's compelling. That's the right word. And yeah, I feel like the only takeaway that a lot of people have again of hating this movie is them just not liking women-led movies, which is very very sad that we live in that world where there are people like that. But we get to have a good time and we get to go support the movie and let the story tell itself. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. But I just want to say thank you for everybody being here. You know what I mean? Lol, wait, DC has movie. Lol, wait, DC has movies? Yeah, exactly, Jerry. And they're separated universe movies. They have movies, but in their universe, they really don't. It's the best way to put it. It's factual. So I don't know, but I'm very happy about this episode. This was a really damn good episode. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how they end it, and we only have more great things to come. I'm excited for Echo. I know a lot of people aren't, but I am. I'm excited to see what they do. We haven't even seen a trailer yet, and people are hating. That's the shit. You know what I mean? It's like that's why I stopped to listen. I've never really listened to people. Who am I kidding? Anytime people have just trashed on something, I've never listened. I've just gone to go watch it and judge it myself, as a lot of people should. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do in the finale. I can't believe it's so sad to me that next week is the finale for Loki. I'm not ready for it. I mean, I am, but at the same time, I'm not. I don't want it to end. We've been waiting. I forget how long since the first season. Guys, let me know how long since it's been since the first season of Loki. I want to say it came out back in 2021, 2022. I think it was 2021. Let me know. Or maybe it was even 2020. Um, it sucks we live in the world where people's biggest complaint is I don't like women leads. Like, come on, people who care, you know, like come on, people who cares. Females superheroes are some of my favorites. Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, who cares? Yeah, female superheroes. There's a lot of female superheroes that are awesome. You know what I mean? And it's very sad that people have that narrative when they just that's a turn off for them. It's very very sad, but it's the world we live in. But it's glad that we have it, but it makes things better when we have people like us that that support women-led movies. You know what I mean? And especially superhero movies and women-led movies in general. Like I don't understand why that is a problem for people. I never understood that, but I'm excited. I'm excited for next week for Loki, but I'm also excited for again um the Marvels. I just realized I'm seeing. Yeah, oh, Jerry, you said 2021 for Loki season 1. Okay. So yeah, we've been waiting at least 2021, 2022, 2023. Yeah, 2 years or at least a year for this season. That's crazy. It feels longer than that, which is insane. But I just realized this too. Guys, I'm going to be watching the Marvels and then getting ready to watch Loki that same day, that Thursday day. So I got a lot of stuff going on next week between watching the Marvels, doing my review, and then going to watch um the finale of Loki. And of course the next episode of Invincible, because that will be next week as well. So wow, that's an incredible. That's a lot of stuff next week. So it's definitely going to be a crazy day for a lot of you guys. You'll be watching the Marvels probably later in the night, if not Friday. So even if you guys missed the pre-show or after party discussion, they'll be up for the finale of Loki next week. So I'll still you'll still let me know your opinions if you guys can't make it for the pre-show or after party. Let me know. And yeah, literally, guys, I'm gonna end stream here because I would definitely want to go watch the finale of Gen V. I want to go watch that as soon as possible. So I'm gonna end it here. I just want to say thank you to everybody that was in here. It means the world to me. I love like having these conversations with you guys. I love doing these pre-show and after party discussions. It's literally the highlight of my week doing these, and there's only more to come. I'm super super excited with with was it Echo and a lot of these other great shows coming. There's going to be a lot more pre-show and after party discussions. I honestly might even do it for the boys. I'm debating because I would love to do a pre-show and after party discussion for the boys season 4, but we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. W live stream, man. Thank you, Geek. I appreciate you being in here. Love talking to you, Jerry. I love talking to you guys. I love talking to all you guys. You guys are truly great, and you guys literally motivate me each and every day to keep doing what I'm doing, to keep achieving my dreams. I love doing this. It's so fun. It's so fun, and the fam is only getting bigger. So I appreciate you all literally for coming in here. It truly means a lot. But guys, I'm gonna be ending the stream here. I hope everybody has a nice night. But as always, guys, I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and I'll see you guys next Thursday for the finale of season 2 of Loki. Peace.